game changer because most of my family, had entry-level positions somewhere or stay-at-home mom. My grandparents actually never finished high school on my mom's side. And so they were farmers originally, and then my grandfather went and worked in a warehouse. So for me, being able to go to school, being able to be the first one in my family was something that it allowed me to bring my brothers along, as well as, to really emphasize the importance of education. Well, actually, what's interesting is that I went to school after I graduated high school. I went for about a year, and then I took a 6-year break. And so what was my motivation actually was my mom and my son. By that particular point in time, my son was about 2.5, 3 years old. And so I wanted to better myself so that way I could stay at home more. I wasn't working 80 hours a week. I could actually spend time with him. But I also knew that if I could graduate from school as a non-traditional student in that first year role, that it would benefit my son in the long run, and he'd see the importance of it as well. And then my mom, she had always wanted to better herself. She graduated from high school, but she always wanted to see us kids, meet those challenges and exceed the obstacles in our lives. And so between those two, it was really a big push for me. Tutoring, and that's not just because I'm the tutoring coordinator. It's because that when I went back to school, I was in a major car accident my first semester there. And I kid you not, that car accident, I ended up really sick, and I was trying to go full time. I had been a bank manager. I had stepped down. And so I'm at school struggling, trying to figure out what I'm going to do. And I had a professor that was there for me. Her name was Dr. Bryan. And she just kept motivating me, pushing me. Hey, there's no due dates. Get this done at the end of the semester. And she pushed me, and I was afraid because I didn't know what services were available. And when I was done with the semester, because she took some time to tutor me, she told me about our writing center at Purdue. And I actually was involved. I took a 16-week course to learn how to tutor. And from that point on, I understood the importance of having that collaborative atmosphere that tutoring allowed us to have. I also think that teachers are so important. If you just talk to your instructors, most of the time the instructor is there we're not here for the money. We love what we do, and so we want to see our students succeed. And so if students come to us, we'll talk to you. We'll find out what those obstacles are. We'll try to find ways to help. And so, again, that tutoring was there, having those strong connections with my instructors, and then also supplemental instruction. That's something that professor, Dr. Bryan, got me involved with. She wanted to help me learn what the classroom structure was, which was very beneficial for me as an education major. And so that helped me to really solidify the fact that I wanted to teach, and that's what I was there for. So. Well, the obstacles, in addition to some of the obstacles I indicated, was one, I was a single mom. So finding childcare, making sure that I had a steady income to take care of my son. Those were some of the obstacles that I needed to tackle while I was at school. Thankfully, I was able to find employment with the school, and so that helped. I was able to find ways through different resources that we had available at the college, to find some childcare. Mm-hmm. We actually had the Riley Center across the street, and I was able to take my son 3 days a week, drop him off, and he was just across the street from me at school, and I could go and check in and pick him up every day. Some of the other obstacles, just the uncertainty of second-guessing myself all of the time. I did not know the right path. There were days that I honestly thought about quitting. Is it worth it? Because I'm going to school, I'm taking away time for my son, I'm working. Is it going to be worth it in the long run? And it was. But at that particular moment, when you're in that moment, I think that was my biggest obstacle, was second guessing, whether or not it was going to be worth it in the end. Don't give up. I can't say that enough. Because, like I just said, in the moment that you're there and you're looking at everything, you only see that small puzzle piece. You don't see how it all adds up to the bigger picture. And in fact, I still don't see how everything is going to add up at the end. But I can see how all the pieces have started to lay out to create this picture. And I can't stress enough how much I look back and I'm thankful for my education and where it's led me. And the fact that I can share that with my son now, and he's graduated with an associate's degree now and high school. I mean, those are things I can look back at and say, you know what? It was a struggle at the time, but I made it through and I'm stronger for it. So just don't give up. It's really worth it.